Good evening, members of City Council, neighbors, and guests. Thank you for joining us for this year's State of the City Address. Tonight, I am honored to reflect on our achievements, share our vision for the future, and demonstrate how Dublin is leading the way in innovation, service, and community excellence. And I extend my gratitude to all City Council members, past and present, as they set the bar, the vision, and the conditions for success in our great city. Dublin has always been a city that looks ahead, driven by strategic planning, sound investments, and a commitment to enhancing the quality of life for all who live, work, and visit here. Our success is built on the strength of our relationships with residents, regional leaders, and entrepreneurs. Together, we are not just keeping pace with change, we are shaping it. With that, I am proud to share with you this evening that the state of our city is strong. And you can see this strength in our sound financial foundation, the deep sense of connection that thrives in our community, and the recognition we've earned from respected organizations. For 4 consecutive years, Dublin has been named the top suburb in Central Ohio. Columbus Underground attributes this ranking to the city's efforts in modernizing our historic core, prioritizing walkable communities, and attracting high-quality jobs. For the first time, Dublin received a Soul Smart designation for promoting clean, affordable solar energy. This distinction followed City Council's adoption of new zoning regulations, which make it faster, easier, and more affordable for residents and businesses to use renewable energy while maintaining high-quality aesthetics. Dublin is a model for sustainable design, and we are very proud to be recognized as a solar-friendly community. Our promise of being a greener Dublin extends beyond vision. It is reflected in the spaces that make our city so very special. One of our 64 parks, Riverside Crossing Park, has earned the top honor for excellence in placemaking by the Ohio City and County Management Association. This signature park has become a vibrant gathering place for residents and visitors alike. OCMA also honored Dublin with the Intergovernmental Cooperation Award for our leadership in the Beta District, a collaborative initiative with our friends in Marysville and Union County. This partnership drives technology testing, fiber connectivity, smart growth, and economic development along the US 33 Smart Mobility Corridor, the world's most connected highway. Stretching from Dublin to East Liberty, this corridor serves as a premier testing ground where government, industry, and academia all work together to advance the future of transportation technology. Together, we are paving the way for a future without traffic crashes. In 2024, Dublin became the first and only city in Ohio to be designated as both a bicycle-friendly and runner-friendly community. I hope you had an opportunity to visit our finish line photo station in the engagement area to celebrate this milestone. One of the many reasons we've earned these 2 rare designations is our extensive network of 154 miles of shared use paths. Spanning and linking our community, these paths are essential to keeping Dublin safe, active, and healthy. By continuing to expand our path system, we're creating a more walkable and bike-friendly environment that enhances mobility, promotes sustainability, and strengthens our quality of life. Behind our shared use path system and streets are the dedicated professionals who keep them clear and safe from ice, snow, and debris. Our parks and public service staff members play a critical role in maintaining mobility and safety all throughout Dublin. Their hard work and commitment to service, especially during the many winter weather events we've experienced this year, deserve our recognition and appreciation. Leading our exceptional operations team is Mike Barker, our new deputy manager. Mike has 2.5 decades of professional experience, including 15 years of public service leadership. Here in Dublin, he is overseeing daily operations, critical city services, and infrastructure improvements. Please give a warm Dublin welcome to Mike. Dublin's commitment to quality and connectivity remains unwavering, from enhancing our parks and recreational facilities to advancing mobility projects. We are ensuring that Dublin remains accessible and enjoyable for all. Dublin City Council has approved more than $325 million in capital improvements, funding 143 projects over the next 5 years. That includes the refresh of our beloved Recreation Center, which has begun with the first phase of improvements. The revitalization of the senior and teen lounges will introduce more modern features and technology enhancements to welcome multiple generations of residents. We look forward to unveiling these spaces later in the fall. Our capital improvements program also keeps Dublin's roads, paths, bridges, utilities, and parks all in top condition by providing ample funds for routine maintenance. As we break ground on new projects this year, we are building on the momentum of our recent successes. 2024 saw progress with the Bright Road corridor improvements and the completion of the Emerald Parkway Mount Carmel roundabout, which will ensure smooth traffic flow and access to Dublin's newest hospital, which is set to open next month. The Mount Carmel Dublin Medical Campus will join Ohio Health, the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, and Nationwide Children's Hospital, making Dublin home to 4 elite health systems. Another project wrapping up this year is the new US 33 and State Route 161 Post Road Interchange project. Through partnership with the Ohio Department of Transportation and Union County, significant improvements have been made to improve safety, ease congestion, and create an inviting gateway to our great city. Dublin is to be at the forefront of advancing regional transportation solutions as well. We are excited about the future of the Linkus Initiative, which will bring bus rapid transit to our city, enhancing mobility and providing residents with greater connectivity to key destinations throughout Central Ohio. We are also proudly participating in efforts to bring passenger rail to Central Ohio. By investing in modern, efficient transportation infrastructure, we are ensuring that Dublin remains accessible and well-positioned for future growth. And we are pressing onward, leading the way for new connections and enhancements to our transportation and mobility networks through the creation of our first multimodal thoroughfare plan. This forward-thinking approach incorporates various modes of transportation to address the diverse needs of the community, while also reducing traffic congestion and environmental impacts. We are also testing and deploying technologies for safer, more efficient travel in and through Dublin, including systems for traffic flow and parking optimization in downtown Dublin. Our investments are not just above ground, but they're also below. Many of you in this room already have access to multi-gig, reliable fiber. In support of our goal to be the most connected community in the US, the Fiber to Every Home initiative reached a significant milestone in 2024, with fiber construction completed at more than 40% of all addresses in our city. Thanks to our partners at Alta Fiber for their progress, their customer service, and their partnership. In September, together, we hosted the Connect Dublin event, marking the first fiber splice and celebrating STEM innovation. Since then, more than 20% of all eligible customers have adopted the service, far exceeding expectations. Alta Fiber is now projecting that all homes will have access by the end of this year, which is a full year ahead of schedule. That is truly an amazing accomplishment. Fiber to every home is just one way that we are using technology to improve lives and experiences here in Dublin. We are leading the way in utilizing augmented reality, blending innovation with both fun and practical applications. This past holiday season, we introduced the AR Holiday Tour, bringing festive cheer through interactive experiences all around downtown Dublin. This future-forward endeavor is a perfect example of how technology can be used to bring people together, fostering a sense of belonging. Beyond entertainment, we are leveraging AR and 3D modeling to help businesses and developers visualize projects with greater precision, making planning more efficient and also higher quality. Just as we're using cutting-edge tools to shape development, we're also ensuring that our city's long-term vision is clear and community-focused. Last year, after an 18-month process involving robust public input, including more than 5,000 touchpoints, City Council adopted Envision Dublin, our roadmap for the future. This updated strategic plan reflects our focus on sustainability, economic vitality, purposeful development, and smart infrastructure, ensuring that Dublin remains a vibrant, forward-thinking city. I would like to recognize our Dublin staff, the steering committee, including our partners at Dublin and Hilliard City Schools, and all the residents and stakeholders who contributed their time and insight to this very important initiative. If you played a role in shaping this plan, whether by serving on the committee, attending an open house, or sharing your feedback, please stand and be recognized. I know lots of you in this room. Don't be shy. I know lots of you in this room contributed. Thank you very much for all your assistance. Envision Dublin shapes how our city will grow and adapt to our changing needs by creating a sense of community, planning for projected growth, expanding housing options, and cultivating mixed-use developments. In that spirit, we are redefining our urban landscape with the revitalization of Metro Center. This transformation aims to turn a conventional office park into a vibrant mixed-use hub that meets the evolving needs of businesses and the community. By integrating modern workspaces, natural areas, water elements, and diverse amenities, we will create an environment where all can thrive. This is important as Dublin leads the way in providing desirable workspaces, especially as more employees return to the office. Another transformative redevelopment on the horizon is Cohatch Riverview Village Innovation District, set to reimagine Dublin's riverfront along the west side of the Scioto River. This community-centered development is a partnership between the city and Cohatch, which will establish its national headquarters in a thriving entrepreneurial hub while revitalizing existing structures in historic Dublin. And we are leading the way in the West Innovation District with the strategic and historic acquisition of 243 acres. This $44.6 million investment includes key properties such as Sports Ohio, Shepherd Excavating, and Carter Farms. It spans parcels in both Franklin and Madison counties, extending our corporate boundaries and creating opportunities to attract businesses, foster innovation, and enhance recreational amenities for our residents and for the region. The city also recently annexed more than 100 acres in the West Innovation District. Comprehensive master planning efforts are getting underway to guide the vision and development of these areas. As an intentional strategy, the city actively acquires land for development to ensure that every parcel reaches its highest and best use. This proactive approach leads to cohesive development that enhances the quality of place for the entire community. And now, for a more detailed report on our 2024 financials, here is Director of Finance Operations, Jamie Hoffman, and we think you'll pick up on a bit of a sports theme in honor of our Sports Ohio purchase and our community's bright future.
It's been a championship year for the City of Dublin. I'm proud to share with you what we have accomplished last year and how we'll play out our winning game plan for 2025. One of our most exciting plays in 2024 was the city's strategic acquisition of the Sports Ohio, Shepherd Excavating, and Carter Farms properties. This move opened up incredible opportunities for recreational amenities, economic development, and growth of our West Innovation District, a real game changer for the future of our city. All of the rankings for 2024 show that we are fiscally responsible, resilient, and financially sustainable. We'll start off by celebrating our first place finish as the only city in the United States to earn 4 AAA ratings. We received the highest credit ratings possible from S&P Global Ratings, Fitch Ratings, Moody's Investor Service, and KBRA. A true MVP performance that confirms the strength of our financial foundation and the smart, steady leadership guiding our community. Another game-winning play for our city was bringing home our 3rd consecutive Triple Crown distinction for fiscal health, transparency, and accountability from the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada, or GFOA. The Triple Crown designation is the gold standard, validating that we meet the high bar of all 3 award programs that recognize governments for producing financial reports that are clear, transparent, and fully compliant with the highest standards. While the award reflects our 2022 financials, we've continued to stay on top of our game with the same level of transparency and information sharing in 2024. We've got our eyes on the prize, ready to hit it out of the park again in 2025. Another home run for the city came with earning the Auditor of State Award with distinction. Only 4% of audits annually receive this prestigious award. It's one of the highest honors a local government can achieve for excellence in financial reporting and fiscal stewardship. We're playing in the big leagues when it comes to managing public funds. The city demonstrated its resilience with strong economic recovery and growth in 2024. We welcome new businesses to our team and saw others commit to expanding and growing their workforce here in Dublin. It's a winning strategy that's paying off. We saw impressive gains in other revenue sources, providing a major momentum boost to the city's financial standing. Hotel-motel fund-related revenues grew more than 9% in 2024, thanks to the bounce back in corporate travel and tourism. Our recreation-related revenues surged more than 11%, including a full court press of continued growth in Dublin Community Recreation Center memberships. Despite supply chain challenges, investment in Dublin continues to be a grand slam. Whether it's business development or residential neighborhoods, Dublin is where the action is, and it's clear that people want to live, work, and play on our team. All of this development is directly fueling growth in the city's tax base and contributing to a steady income tax stream. Our income tax revenue, which accounts for more than 75% of the city's operating revenues, comes from Dublin's 2% income tax rate, one of the lowest in Central Ohio. Dublin voters have approved allocating 75% of this revenue to the general fund, which supports city operations, and 25% to the Capital Improvements Fund, which helps maintain the city's infrastructure and new capital projects. Income tax revenue rose by 4.4% in 2024, and for the 4th year in a row, it exceeded $100 million, ending the year $112.3 million, a real touchdown for our fiscal health. An MVP of the city's fiscal health is the city's general fund balance. Dublin ended 2024 with a general fund balance of $68.8 million, or 69% of 2024 general fund expenditures, a strong position that ensures we're ready to continue investing in the future of our city. As we move into 2025, we have an exciting roster of opportunities on the horizon, including the Metro Center revitalization, Cohatch and Riverview Village in historic Dublin, and our Parks and Recreation Master Plan. After further review, the call stands. 2024 was a championship year for the City of Dublin economy, and as our Triple Crown honors validate, we're top of the leaderboard for fiscal accountability and transparency. I'm proud of what we've accomplished, and I'm excited about our upcoming 2025 season. We are trained and ready to keep delivering world-class services and amenities, ensuring Dublin remains the home field advantage where residents and businesses thrive. Game on.
I think we can all agree that financial reports are certainly more fun with copious sports references. And that tees us up perfectly for a closer look at our Sports Ohio acquisition. First, I'd like to recognize the Sports Ohio Steering Committee, which has played a key role in guiding this initiative. Their expertise and insights have been invaluable in shaping our approach, including the competitive selection process for a professional athletic complex management company. The committee includes 2 city council members, our Planning and Zoning Commission chair, and representatives from Dublin Youth Athletics, Dublin Soccer League, the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Chiller, the Memorial Tournament, Ohio Health, Ohio University, and Visit Dublin. We are very grateful for their leadership in helping us create a world-class destination for athletes, our community, and the region. And now I am pleased to welcome several key stakeholders involved with this initiative. Scott Dring is President and CEO of Visit Dublin, Ohio, and serves on the Sports Ohio Steering Committee. Mitchell Bryant is the Executive Director of Dublin Youth Athletics. Jim Arnold is the National Director of Business Development for the Sports Facilities Companies. And Jeremiah Gracia is Dublin's Economic Development Director. So let's start with you, Scott. Visit Dublin has been aware of the regional demand for sports facilities. You've worked with consultants to study the feasibility and economic impact of a sports complex in the area. Based on that and what you hear in the tourism industry, what do you hope to see in this area?
Our Visit Dublin Board of Directors commissioned a national firm to determine if it was actually feasible to build a sports complex. And the results weren't, it wasn't even feasible, but it was so much feasible, and it was also a tremendous opportunity for our community on a couple things. One, and probably most importantly, the city of Dublin. The city of Dublin, we know how to do world-class events. There's no question about that with the Memorial Tournament, Irish Festival, et cetera. We're a safe, we're a very welcoming community. We have ample hotels, ample restaurants, tremendous infrastructure, all things that events are looking for sure. I think the second thing, too, is there is tremendous demand out there, especially in youth sports. I think a lot of us here in this room can relate of how much money we spend on our kids on travel sports, traveling around the country, and I think that's something that continues to grow and is at a record high right now. The other major factor was that with this complex, there's nothing like this in Central Ohio. We will absolutely be able to corner the market here in Central Ohio. I think even go one step further, if you take Sports Ohio, go across the street and take Dari Fields, combine those, that's going to be what, 286, something like that, 289 acres. If you look at that complex, it will be the 3rd largest complex in the entire United States of America. We're only behind Grand Park, which is north of Indianapolis, and Mesa. So there's tremendous opportunity in the space as well. In terms of economics, in the first year, it's going to generate over 34,000 hotel room nights. $29 million for the city in direct and indirect spending. And if you look in a 30-year window, it's $3.2 billion. That's with a B as well. And the number I really like is if you look in the 25, 30-year period and look at the jobs it's going to create, the income tax it's going to raise, and the bed tax, it's almost $40 million that's going to go directly into the city's coffers. So it's a tremendous opportunity.
Great point, Scott. Thank you. And we should mention for all of our guests here tonight that tourism like this really does benefit our residents. The economic impact that Scott mentioned, it will really help our community thrive. It'll help pay for facilities that our residents enjoy. Tourism also generates hotel motel tax revenue that supports the arts, it supports events, and many other amenities for our residents. So now I want to turn to you, Mitchell. And first of all, welcome to the Dublin community. You began your role with DYA in January, so just a couple of months on the job at this point. From a youth sports perspective, how do you see this facility enhancing access and engagement for young Dublin athletes?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Sports, and specifically Dublin Youth Athletics, we're all about giving opportunities for all youth to be able to grow and have fun through sports. And we know the value of sports, right? We know that you learn about teamwork, you learn about resilience, you learn about sportsmanship. That's really important, and that takes these kids to the next level. And so having this Sports Ohio here is going to allow us to be able to expand the amount of kids that we get to serve, and that's a really exciting thing.
It is exciting. Couldn't agree more. Thank you. Jim, so as I mentioned, you are representing Sports Facilities Companies, which has expertise in sports facility management all over the country. Our steering committee recently went through a competitive process and selected your proposal, your firm, to assume operations and really help us build something special. So what are the critical factors in ensuring the financial sustainability of this project?
Great question. And first off, thank you very much for having us. We're excited to be here. We just went through that competitive process, the RFP process, and across the country, we typically see at that stage of the project that things are very general. And sometimes even RFPs are taken from other projects for the projects people are approaching. And, the process, Megan, Kendall, the entire selection committee, one of the refreshing things of this process was the city was very, very clear in what your goals were in terms of financial sustainability, community engagement, and economic impact. And what that allows us to do from the start is understand, when we talk about return on investment, we're not just necessarily looking at the financial bottom line. We're looking at how do we create value in all three of those categories. And so understanding those missions, those goals help us come in right away. And, we take the approach of inquiry over advocacy, which means we're going to come in and we're going to ask questions and we're going to listen. And what that allows us to do at the venues and at Sports Ohio and in the programs that are run there is understand what's working well, understand what's not working well, understand what could potentially be working better, and then really address those issues by trying to maximize engagement, optimize performance and efficiencies, and really, at the end of the day, drive the best customer experience we possibly can. And when you do all those things, you're going to drive usage. You're going to increase community opportunities to engage with the facility. You're going to be able to host bigger and larger events, which drive people in, which creates spending in hotel rooms. And ultimately, the more footsteps that come into that building, the more people who visit, we're ultimately going to be able to drive a better financial performance for the venue.
You have a high bar, so thank you for those insights. Jeremiah, financial sustainability is one of the goals for the initiative. Economic impact is another. So talk about what kind of return on investment you anticipate for the city and what industries or businesses will this project attract?
This obviously one of the largest real estate purchases in the city's history. We don't take those decisions lightly, but it's not the first time we've bought large tracts of land. We are positioning ourselves not only for a premier athletic complex, but also taking steps to pursue industries that traditionally haven't had large tracts of land to develop. And we have the opportunity to do that in West Innovation District. So we're taking steps now in furtherance of our Envision Dublin community plan to put conditions in place so that we have new types of development, not only for new industries, but our existing successful companies in Dublin who need to expand, and providing conditions for them to have things like flex and innovation space and also some industrial space in land that we now own. And so we know from our own history in exceeding our income tax goals year after year, that's the only way that we can afford and continue to invest in our transportation and infrastructure network. And we will be successful with having a strong ROI in all of those components.
Thank you for sharing the economic development perspective, Jeremiah. And back to you, Scott. So how does Visit Dublin plan to leverage this sports complex to attract regional and national events?
I think the great news is we have the foundation in place. I mean, Visit Dublin with the leadership of City Council and city staff, we've been marketing and selling Dublin as a sports destination for over 25 years. So this is nothing new to us. It's just giving us an opportunity to raise the bar, attract larger events, and more visitors into the area as well. On our staff at Visit Dublin, we have a sports salesperson that's been with us for over 20 years. He has the contacts across the country of these sports organizers that are determining where events should go. A good example is we go to 3 or 4 trade shows a year where we will sit down one-on-one with these large sports organizers and promote and sell the city as a great destination for them to bring their event. And as luck has it, one of the largest events is going to be at Columbus in the Convention Center this fall. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us to show them Dublin firsthand of what's going on as well. And we've had a lot of past successes from small, large, and events in between as well. I think one thing we're also excited about is working with Jim's team, a sports facilities company. I can tell you over the years we've lost a lot of business to these guys, so I'm glad that they're on our team finally. And I think one number that I just saw last month was there's a magazine called Sports Events Magazine that does their top 10 athletic events in the country every year. 7 of the top 10 events rated by the magazine is managed by a sports facilities company. And the other 3 are managed by municipalities. They're not even third party. So we are in very good hands.
For the record, we were just saving the events till we got here.
Okay, so we talked about 2 of the goals of this project, financial sustainability and economic impact. The third is community engagement. So this is a question for Mitchell. Talk a little bit about how you could see DYA benefiting from this development and what you would look for in a partnership.
You know, we have a great partnership with the City of Dublin and Dublin City Schools right now that help us provide field space and court space, but we also know that the communities are continuing to grow. This is a great place to live. And so, you know, our conversations in our office is always about, well, where are we gonna put these people? Where are we gonna put these kids? That we want them to be able to play, but we just don't have the capacity that we're looking for. And so being able to partner with Sports Ohio to offer more, it's only gonna expand our possibilities for new programs, new clinics and sports that we can offer these kids in Dublin.
Okay, so Jim, same question for you, but from the SFC side of things. So what are your plans for engaging with the Dublin community and the broader region?
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite questions to talk about. And the very first thing from our side that we know we have to do is we have to get engaged and within the community, and that doesn't happen overnight. It happens by creating relationships. Happens with the partnership with the city, with DYA, with the CVB to understand the stakeholders, the local user groups, and then conversations within the community. And so we've been fortunate already to be able to meet with DYA, the CVB, the Chamber of Commerce, residents, business owners. I've been coming to this community for years now as my sister and her family live here. And so those conversations, understanding what the needs are, I mean, that's really where it all starts. And then from there, our goal is to, sports is going to be a major driver for this facility. But in any venue that we manage, our goal is how do we maximize the opportunities for residents, regardless of whether they're interested in sports, regardless of their age, their income, their socioeconomic background, their capabilities. We're constantly looking for how do we innovate and how do we create these programs. We want to view Sports Ohio as well as the new facilities that are developed as community gathering places. Through all the conversations that we had with all those groups I mentioned earlier, what was really kind of amazing, actually, and I know we talked a little bit about this, is every conversation we have had in this community, 2 words come up, and it's special and it's connected. And that is at every level, from developers to business owners down to just the residents that we meet with when we're grabbing a cup of coffee. And the cool part about those 2 words is at their heart, when we manage a facility well and when a facility is successful, those are the 2 pieces. That if we create programming that allows the community to gather, to have special experiences together, we're successful at the local level. And the really cool part, when we start talking about the large national sports tourism events, man, that type of environment transfers over really, really well. Because when we look at events and when we look at families who are spending a lot of money to travel, they're looking for those same things. They're looking for unique communities where they get new experiences. They're looking for safe communities, vibrant communities, places where they can come and just relax and be a family and spend time together. And so I think we're so excited to be here because of what you guys have already built is what these people and these families and these traveling groups are looking for. And everything that's in place, we're looking forward to the opportunity. There's not just an opportunity for a local destination here for everybody in this room and everybody who lives in the community, but there's a true opportunity here to be a regional and a national destination.
Great. So Jeremiah, how does this investment align with Dublin's long-term vision for economic development and community growth?
So I said earlier, this isn't the first time that we've had a significant investment in real estate. And what's important about our current economic development plan, it calls for creating distinct development nodes and a transparent and predictable development process. What's important about that is every great organization going off the sports team, they trust the process. And we have processes in place, and we abide by those processes, and we adapt when necessary. And so as a city, we can say, with all the way down to staff, we understand the process, we trust it, and we're building a great city, global city of choice. And frankly, that's how championship teams are built. And if you think about the successes of those communities, it's because someone has taken that responsibility to lead that effort. In our case, elected officials to the professional, the city manager to staff, and we execute on it every day. This opportunity out here is really to create a new distinct development node that has sports, economic development, healthcare, medical bioscience, and even some future industrial growth, that this all in one place that the city has not experienced in its lifetime, because frankly, we haven't had that distinct development place that allows for all of those things to take place really next to each other, but we do have experience in how we integrate all those, so it's a cohesive and transparent development process.
Okay, so last question, and this one is for all of you. So we're going to start with Scott. If you had to sum up the long-term impact of this project in just one sentence, what would it be?
One sentence.
One sentence.
Okay.
Take your time.
I was going to say commas, and can I do commas?
You can, yes.
All right. I think the facility is not only going to attract world-class events and generate revenue for the city of Dublin, but it's going to be a lasting amenity for Dublin residents for generations.
Mitchell?
Yeah, I would say that the opportunities are endless.
Amazing, great.
I look at this venue as it's an opportunity to create a gathering space that's going to allow your residents to create lifelong memories with their families, and as well as those visitors who come in from out of town.
And Jeremiah?
This is the transformational gateway from coming from the west to the city of Dublin.
That was the best one.
Just made it up. They all believe it.
Well, I really enjoyed hearing all of your perspectives. My thanks to Scott, Mitchell, Jim, and Jeremiah. And now let's hear from our business community on why they choose to grow and thrive here in Dublin.
When we sat down and decided to start Ascend Advisory Group, we looked all over Ohio. Where would the next headquarters be? And we picked Bridge Park, Dublin. It was with the idea that we could serve individuals and small business owners throughout the country.
Roto is an experience design firm based in Dublin, Ohio, that produces highly immersive and interactive exhibits and attractions for museums and attractions around the world.
IGS was founded in 1989, and we are an energy retail company and energy solutions company. Not only do we help customers source the energy that's right for them, manage their carbon footprint and their energy costs, more and more we're helping them meet their other goals, whether those be sustainable or just risk mitigation through solar panels, energy monitoring, and other advanced energy solutions.
WeStech is a North American operation within our Toyota Enzo Group, and as a company, globally develop and manufacture products for the automotive, power sport, and power equipment market segments. Our product showcases is comprised of electromechanical switches, ECU modules, and sensors, as well as other devices.
AWS, Amazon Web Services, is the cloud computing business of Amazon.com. Everyone's familiar with Amazon.com. It's on your doorstep each morning before you wake up. AWS is the cloud computing platform that allows all of those packages to move seamlessly across the globe, and it's now available with over 200 services to millions of customers around the globe, many of those customers being served by data centers right here in Dublin. Dublin's leading the way on attracting new industry, attracting the digital economy that's going to create the jobs and power the investments that will bring investments to Ohio, to Central Ohio, to right here in Dublin, to continue to grow the economy, create opportunities for students graduating from Dublin high schools, to get great jobs that keep them here.
Looking at our teams today, and considering what brought us to Dublin, there were a few very important factors. Operating near the location of our customers' development activity, the opportunity to recruit the talent to perform the business successes that are necessary. And lastly, the warm support and continuous relations that we have developed with the leadership and government offices within Dublin.
We're investing in talent. We're hiring great young professionals to join the Ascend Advisory team. And also, Bridge Park Dublin is a mixed-use space that is terrific for our staff. We've so many young professionals on staff. They love it. But also, our clients coming from around the state and around the country, they are thrilled to come and experience this whole community sense you get right here in Dublin, Ohio.
One of the great things we've been able to do, we were able to establish a unique partnership with Dublin City Schools, where their classrooms were able to participate in what we call evaluation programs, in which students come in and get to try out some of the cool exhibits or prototypes that we've been working on for some of those same exhibits and attractions that you're going to see roll out across the country.
Dublin has been home for most of the people that were really involved in our founding, based on the fact that they wanted to grow with our business and with our company. And they've done that every step of the way, whether that be us working closely with the city when we identified that we wanted to build this building, or other ways that the city has helped us just in terms of introducing us to other potential customers or helping us get connected with partners. Dublin is a forward-thinking city that wants to stand apart. And so that's the way we think about our business too. And so it's really complementary.
Dublin remains the destination of choice for industry-leading businesses, with council approving 5 new economic development agreements in 2024, generating $31 million in revenue. We can't thank our business community enough for choosing Dublin, and we love showcasing their inspiring success stories. These stories consistently highlight a few key themes: unmatched services, top-rated schools, and exceptional safety. Dublin is recognized as one of the safest communities in Ohio, thanks in large part to the commitment of our Dublin Police Department. Our dedicated officers and 911 communications technicians are setting the standard in community policing and public safety. In February, our agency became one of the first 10 police departments in the state to earn accreditation through the Ohio Collaborative Law Enforcement Accreditation Program. This statewide accreditation provides a professional review by our peers, confirming that our policing practices align with the highest standards of excellence, not just for Dublin, but for law enforcement agencies nationwide. This spring, Dublin police are reaching new heights with cutting-edge public safety technology. The Drone as a First Responder program will deploy autonomous drones to emergency calls for service across the city, serving as eyes in the sky for our officers. Dublin Police will be the first law enforcement agency in the nation to partner with their local fire department and school system as drone launch sites. The strategic placement of these sites will enable quick response to any location within the city of Dublin within 90 seconds of the drone's deployment. We are grateful to Dublin City Schools and Washington Township for collaborating on this effort. Dublin Scioto High School, Grizel Middle School, and the Township Administration Building will all serve as drone docking stations, joining City Hall to ensure full citywide coverage. And we are preparing to introduce 2 autonomous security robots to enhance safety in our public spaces. These AI-powered patrol bots will monitor the Rockcrest parking garage, Riverside Crossing Park, and the Dublin Link. This innovative technology allows officers to focus on additional patrol areas while the robots provide 360-degree video surveillance, operate in all lighting conditions, and share real-time audio messaging. We hope that you had a chance to meet our security robot and cast your vote to help name this new addition to our safety team. While technology is enhancing public safety, it's also optimizing how we engage with our community. As part of our goal to be the most connected community, we are launching a new Go Dublin texting service, a direct way to share alerts and important updates with subscribers. And I'd like to invite each of you to sign up right now. So go ahead, get out your phones, it's permissible, and text HELLO to 888-504-6382. That's 888-50-GO-DUB. We'd love to get 300 new subscribers tonight. And while you're connecting with us, we also want to invite you to take our national community survey. There was information at the Community Communications and Marketing Engagement Station this evening, and you can also find it on our website. We hope you agree that our city is excellent, but we are always pushing forward to make things even better. Our pioneering innovation and technology team is focused on enhancing our city services from a customer service experience. We are augmenting our tax system with AI automation to produce even more secure e-filing. AI touches all of our city departments, and we are leading the way by adopting more efficient and responsible AI-powered processes, like using dynamic real-time routing for safer snow removal. Now let's talk about something that's been a game changer for our community, the new Dublin Rec app. We launched this user-friendly app in May, and the response has been absolutely incredible. It broke records for user signups and was recognized for marketing innovation by the Ohio Parks and Recreation Association. And most importantly, it helps promote health and wellness in our community while connecting residents to the amenities and the programming that they all love. This is just one of the ways that we are demonstrating our dedication to enhancing health, wellness, and connectedness. Just last week, Dublin City Council adopted the Community Health Needs Assessment and Strategic Action Plan. This plan is the beginning of a community-wide initiative that addresses 4 focus areas of Dublin's overall health: community connections, youth behavioral health, healthcare navigation, and transportation. By connecting neighbors, businesses, health organizations, and the city, we are leading the way to become a more resilient Dublin. Part of building such a resilient city is meeting people where they are. We are proud to share that last year, all city building front desks were equipped with language interpretation technology to best support our diverse community members. We thank our residents for lending their language skills to help us test this service. 2024 was also a time to reflect on our local history. We restored and dedicated the Brown Harris Cemetery on Shire Rings Road, a historically Black cemetery, and involved family descendants in the project every single step of the way. And we celebrated the opening of the new Dublin History Museum, a project led by the Dublin Historical Society that ensures our past remains an integral part of our future. We know that creating a strong sense of place is key to preserving our community's character and identity. That's why our commitment to preserving history goes hand in hand with our investments in parks and other places that foster togetherness. And we know one of our favorite ways to connect with all of you is at our community events. From the Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies honoring those who have served our country, to Independence Day, Spooktacular, and the tree lighting, our community events bring us together in memorable ways. These celebrations aren't just traditions, they are moments that unite us all and remind us why Dublin is such a special place to call home. In 2024, we launched the Summer Fun Series, bringing workouts, movies, and games to Riverside Crossing Park. We are pleased to announce we will be offering the series once again this summer and also expanding it to add a music series, thanks to our sponsoring partners at Visit Dublin, Ohio. Our events also provide opportunities for service, strengthening community pride, and inspiring future leaders. Our volunteers reflect the extraordinary spirit of Dublin and contribute to the innovative ways we move forward to ensure we leave no one behind and that all belong. To those who are here tonight and the thousands of others who serve Dublin in any volunteer capacity, thank you. And with that, we have an exciting announcement that we know many of you will take great pride in, and we brought in a special friend to share the news.
Hello, Dublin. I'm Enda Scahill from Wee Banjo 3, and I'm an 11-time alumni of the amazing Dublin Irish Festival. I have some amazing news to share with you today, because Dublin Irish Festival has been named USA Today's best cultural festival in America. And having been there 11 times, I can attest that this is 100% true. This is an incredible honor and is testament to the hard work by the committee, by all of the organizers, the volunteers, and of course, everybody who attends and enjoys the festival so much. Not to mention all of the amazing musicians who get to play there and have such an incredible time. I've known for a long time that Dublin is one of the most amazing events that I've ever been to. Now the entire country knows it too. Mark your calendars for August 1 to 3, 2025. I'll be there with my new friends in the band Gadan. Can't wait to see you there. Let's have an amazing weekend at the 38th Dublin Irish Festival.
Congratulations to the entire community for this significant honor. We could not be any prouder of the excellent team of city employees, the volunteers, sponsors, and of course our guests that keep coming back to the world's largest 3-day Irish festival each year. We will see you all there in August. And in closing, I would like to thank Dublin City Council, all our dedicated staff members, and all of you for making Dublin the exceptional city that it is today. We are connected, we're innovative, and together we are leading the way.